ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chamber of the Wraith. Yes, we are in the Chamber of the Wraith. What, just because the background changes doesn't mean that we aren't in the Chamber of the Wraith. This is my channel! Alright, so, for a little bit of an explanation about what's going on here and what has caused some changes to videos you may have seen, and a bit of a screw-up on my part for one of them, I do apologize, but I'm honestly not going to go back and fix it. It's just that I forgot to add transitions to Jade's Fatality Friday, whatever. Let me explain what the hell happened. Because of some technical difficulties, my PlayStation 4 can no longer use Share Factory. Basically, it thinks it's already on the program, but on my PS4, but it isn't, so I go to install it, but it's like, hey, it's already there. This is the same thing that happened to Media Player. And it actually locked out Share Factory when I tried to factory reset the PS4 in order to get Media Player back, and then it locked Share Factory. So I am a little bit crazy, but whatever. I can edit on my PC. It's all well and good. Now, as you can probably tell from the schwanky new intro, today we're going to be looking at Jade for the ability Almanac. Yes, because Jade was one of the beta characters, we already did this, but I figured because Mortal Kombat 11 is out now, and the beta was almost 3 months ago. Oh yeah, almost 2 months ago. No, it was actually 2 months ago, exactly, today. So, just a quick refresher course, basically, is the idea. And I just realized that this is going to completely fuck up some plans. Whatever, don't worry about my rambling. Let's get to the video! Which is over there. Never mind.
Jade specializes in the long range, both in physical combat and long-range projectiles, as well as the ability to shut down opponent zoning with her dodging shadows technique. First up is Air Razor Ring, allowing Jade to control the air and hit the opponent from full screen if they're not expecting it. There's also an Amplify version which sends a second in a very looping maneuver in order to catch opponents that really want to jump, or are closer to Jade. That's the Upward Razor Ring, my bad. The Air Razor Ring is air to surface, as you would expect from most air projectiles. From air to the ground, she can then amplify to throw a second one. This second one appears to even out and fly straight towards the opponent, which is handy at full screen if you're trying to catch the opponent with this move, but they move just out of reach. Like that. And then finally, we have Edenian Spark. This has no meter burn, but it allows Jade to throw a low projectile, which is fairly rare in Mortal Kombat 11. This helps complement her zoning, so her opponent tries to jump. A faster, more powerful projectile can... Is it more powerful? No, it's about the same amount, but the opponent can duck under the high, but then, watch out, there's a sudden low coming at you. Time to move on to the next loadout. Pole Vault allows Jade to run towards her opponent. It isn't a true run like Mortal Kombat X where she could run in and then cancel into shenanigans, but she can, with an equipped ability, cancel the Pole Vault, but it costs one of her defensive bars, so you have to be careful with that. There's another Amplify available that allows Jade to stab the opponent a bunch. It does about the same amount of damage as an uppercut, and it's a true overhead, whereas the running kicks are actually mid, kind of like 4-2, or 4-4. Wow, notations suck today. If the opponent is at full screen, and Jade runs at least 2 steps, 1-2, it's hard to do because it doesn't quite land 1-2, as well as it used to in the beta. You get a crushing blow. That does pretty chunky damage, as you can see, over time. That is about 35% in total. Yikes. Now, Jade's Blazing Nitro Kick has a normal amplify where she hits the opponent in the back, but with this alternate amplify, she kicks again forward, forcing the opponent into the corner, which is where you really don't want to be with this character. That's where shenanigans can get dangerous. Time to move on to the next loadout. Jade can equip Vanishing Winds as a quick load that's close to the opponent. Acts as a sort of combo ender. This conflicts with Edenian Spark, so you can't have them both because it's on the same input. Meter burn it to fake the opponent out and go for another low. You can even but you cannot amplify it on hit. You have to almost use it before it hits in order to do anything. Divine Forces replaces dodging shadows and is a projectile reflect. If I were to set up Kano to throw knives, that would be down back. Nope. What the hell is the input for that? Is it down forward? Is it down forward 1? No. No. What is the input to throw the knives? Sorry, I'm not... it is back forward. Okay. You can see that it allows me to reflect projectiles. And in case you're wondering what the Amplify does, the Amplify allows the Jade to actually hit the opponent and also keep the projectile reflect going, which means more time to potentially reflect any projectiles. She also gains a couple of strings and another ability. Betrayal, you must press all of the hits before back 2 finishes all 3 hits. Miss even one button input, and the whole combo doesn't come out. The whole thing is kind of a dial-a combo. But what's nice about this string is it starts high, goes mid, low, and then 2 overheads. Kind of mixy, kind of tricky. Then there's bending time and playtime is over. You do have to double tap triangle in order to get this to come out, or 2, I guess, is the proper notation. But you could then throw in a low, or anything else that you want, unlike Betrayal, which you have to kind of implement the whole string and then cancel whenever. There's also Too Easy. Starts high, then low, and then knocks the opponent back, which is pretty schwanky, and a lot of these you'll notice actually implement the staff. There's actually one more move that I completely forgot about also, using the staff to her advantage. Double down! It's an alternate sweep. Kind of like Scorpion's old alternate sweep in ninjutsu back in MKX. Time to move on to the next loadout. This variation only has one new move, replacing the back forward 2 that normal Jade has. It's Delia's Dance. It's a true low, and it kind of reminds me of one of Killick's moves back in Soul Calibur 4. Amplify it for a little more damage, and it just looks brutal overall. Moving on to the final loadout. It turns out Kotal's Queen doesn't actually have any new moves. I have gone through all of Jade's moves, so time for the Fatal Blow, and then Frame Data. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that other YouTube-y goodness, and as always, don't forget to be awesome. He's very excited.